We've no time to lose. It's not far from what...
Red door. One the bootblack mentioned.
We shall talk later. Let's find Detlef. We're close. I can feel it.
The birds are a sign. Remember, the other guy can commune with them.
Won't budge. Gotta break it down.
Break it down.
You might just as well stand out in the street, pound on a drum and holler, Detlef, I'm coming for you. A bit more finesse, I implore you.
Let's hear your idea.
Give me a moment.
Your bag is freaking out.
Nice. Ever consider becoming a burglar? Skill like that'd come in awful handy.
I considered it briefly, but ultimately concluded it would be terribly dull. Come.
I love the dynamic between these two. Oh, apparently CD Projekt Red signed a new contract with the guy behind Witcher. Thinking of a new Witcher game. With only Geralt cameoing. Ooh, cute Nilfgaardian guy with a tower shield. Okay, I missed it.
Sense him.
Missing an opportunity for some merch.
No, he's not here, but he was here recently. His scent is still strong.
Let's look around.
Okay, good, I am recording. 22A, edit, end. Hold on. Unused. Okay. Need to name the Mankind Divided videos before that, but I'll leave that for then. For later on. Oh, Path of Exile is fully downloaded. I'm going to take a look at the next thing, which is Blight. No, it's not Blight, it's Metamorph. It's where you get body parts from different beings and stitch them all together. Hopefully that'll become a standard League thing. But you can hear me, the game, you can see the game, hear me, hear the game, see the game, and I am indeed recording. 26, 27, 28, sorry, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Okay, all's good. Yeah,
Even if he's not here, surely he's left behind some clue as to his whereabouts. This is no time for idle chatter. We must find Detlef.
Seriously, what an ominous name.
Old toy. No use to anyone. Shame. Must have brought someone joy sometime. Somebody fixed this recently. No dust mark. Somebody moved this here recently. Nice little trinket.
Wasn't there red over here?
Sometimes I think I might end up like one of these toys.
Fictionless. That just made me think of, like, remember the story in Pokemon of Ash and Co being turned into little mini people in a dollhouse. Eviction notice. Due to non-payment of rent for the premises used for shopping purposes, Administrative Court of Beauclair orders the tenant, Ulrich de Samp, to vacate the premises within 7 days. Not complying with this eviction notice shall cause a custodial sentence to be imposed on the debtor. The length of the sentence shall be determined by the debtor's court. Bailiff Victor Lamar. Dear Master Shopkeeper, for a long time I've been asking my parents to buy me a toy. Mummy always cries and says that we haven't got any money, that he gets cross when I ask him, when he'll earn some, and once he nearly hit me. My friends have beautiful toys. Laura has a teddy bear, and Michelle has a doll with golden hair that you can brush with a real comb. Our dad will never have a toy, which is why I'm writing to you, Master Shopkeeper. I wanted to write this letter to you long ago, but I didn't know how to write then. Now I know. If you have a pretty toy that other children don't want, I'll look after it. It'll be happy with me. Please don't laugh at me. I know I'm little. Most of the toys are not really alive. They only live in our imagination, but so what? We love it very much. Isa. Cute little letter.
Attic. Let's go. So this is his nest. Need to look around. Somebody fixed this recently. No dust mark. Somebody moved this here recently.
This is no time for idle chatter. We must find Detlef.
Nice tune.
Indeed. I'm not certain why, but it reminds me of home. Our true home from before the conjunction of spheres.
Tools were used recently. Detlef unwind by fixing toys between murders.
Really now, Geralt, must you?
Letters naming the beast's targets.
Look, slips of paper, name on each. Count Crespi, Count Dulac, Milton de Peyrac-Peyrin, Count Delacroix.
Detlef's victims, one and all. But that's not his hand.
All of it written using the same ink. See the color? Ink was dyed with cinnabarite. Rare mineral, pretty much found only in
Nazaire. But I fear it means very little. Anyone could have imported such ink.
Fair enough. Still worth remembering.
Look, this slip is stained.
With wine. Not much to go on either, especially not in Beauclair.
Perhaps. Yet perhaps also worth remembering.
Still got nothing, basically. Need to look around some more.
Let's get to work.
He could have written it. Remember, like I was saying, like the other guy, basically joke. I mustn't be too serious about it, but the idea that Detlef was possessed by the other higher vampire could be his handwriting. I know. That's probably not gonna be how it's going, but it's just like, okay, this is suspicious. Maybe it's this idea that fluttered into my head. Just taking a gamble. That's why I never win gambles. I'm always out of left field.
Detlef van der Eretain, you do not know us, but we know you to be a vampire. We know also of your weakness for the wench they call Renawed. Now you know this. We shall chain her down and let rats feed on her. We shall flay the skin from her flesh. Yet you can save her. You need but travel to Beauclair, where you shall slay 5 men in the manner we prescribe. You must complete the killing in 3 days. Fail, and the next letter you receive will contain a memento of your failure. Your beloved's finger.
There you have it. Proof positive Detlef killed not of his own accord. A blackmailer sunk his claws into him.
Any idea what it could be? Detlef have any enemies?
Indeed. Detlef gains foes occasionally, but they never live long.
One might have managed to evade him.
Possible in theory, but I know of none. It would have to be someone devilishly dangerous. As you well know, having faced Detlef yourself. Whoever it is someone new.
Who's Renowed?
His one-time lover. The sole human woman with whom he was very close. Because she accepted him. With her aid and care, he found a place for himself in this hostile world. She began the work that I strive to continue.
Ever meet her?
Never had the pleasure, alas. She deserted him a time before he came around to save me, though he always claimed she'd gone missing.
Why do you think that? Any signs or clues to that effect?
None to be found. Apparently she disappeared one day. Her belongings disappeared with her. Not a scenario one associates with kidnapping. In my humble opinion, she left on her own. Scared off perhaps by a bout of Detlef's rage that revealed his other, more monstrous side.
Detlef have trouble letting go, accepting that she'd left him?
Is that so hard to believe? Do you know no humans who've struggled with just such a thing? And Detlef is so much more emotional than most humans. Not only was she his beloved, his lover, his mate, she was a member of his pack. And one never leaves one's pack voluntarily.
Detlef ever try to find her? I mean, if she was that important. Higher vampires have their ways, all kinds. Should have been easy as pie for him.
Geralt, as you rightly noted, we are vampires, not miracle workers. He searched for months on end before giving up. Clearly Renowed knew him all too well. Enough to cover her tracks, leave no way for him to find her.
Even if Renowed did abandon him that time, looks like someone's actually kidnapped her this time.
Hard to argue with that. And hard to foresee what he's prepared to do to free her, get her back.
He's prepared to kill, that's clear.
As would you be for Yennefer. He kills for he cares for her deeply. And that blood, those individuals, they mean nothing to him.
Yeah, I get it now. He's out to rescue a female from his pack.
Exactly.
Alright, never mind. Reason I was going with the possession thing is like his hands was like transforming, was twitching out, and he was like unable to suppress it, and like his body was writhing against him, which fits with kind of like a possession arc.
Blackmailer. Kinda curious who it could be.
Why is that?
Regis. Somebody kidnapped a vampire's lover. Bold to begin with. Now they're forcing the vampire to kill. A vampire you yourself insisted no murderer. Blackmailer's skilled. Someone special.
Astute. Now that I think of it, I'm beginning to wonder if...
It's not one of your kind? Another vampire?
Precisely. The plot thickens.
Just a hypothesis. Wouldn't set my heart on it till we know more.
Right you are.
Yeah, if it's another higher vampire, that's a pain to deal with. Well, I mean, you certainly have a place to leave them.
Let's sum up what we know. Seems Detlef's being blackmailed. Someone's been feeding him his victims' names.
All noted down using one and the same Nazeri ink, and not in his handwriting.
Not much.
But enough to ascertain Detlef's innocence, clearly.
The paranoid fellow would say, not true. It could be an elaborate fake. Say if Detlef knows this guy is going to come after him, place down fake evidence to have the guy aid him in killing the supposed blackmailer, or, whatever, After playing Mankind Divided, it's kind of rekindled my dislike in Witcher 3 in one capacity. Witcher 3 gives you summated responses, and sometimes the summation is not necessarily accurate. or you don't know in what way Geralt is going to say it, to the point where the meaning completely differs. Where, so basically, I'm not sure if saying true or untrue what that's going to say. Sometimes you get a good enough idea, but now here it's just like, could you clarify what Geralt's going to say? I have no idea. The earlier Witcher games were better about it, but here in Witcher 3 they kind of dropped that, which bugs the shit out of me. I don't know what's the issue with having the fuller sentence. The earlier ones were able to do it. Why not here? Yeah, we'll say true.
Actually, it is. Detlof's being manipulated. Some lunatics turned him into a tool, making him kill.
So it would seem. But this illuminates a path of action for us. We must find Renowed, render the blackmail senseless. The lunatic or ticks will thus lose hold on Detlaf.
That's one idea. Could be worth a shot. But what about Detlaf? He gonna go on killing while I'm out searching for his lover?
He will not. I shall convince him to stay his hand. Assure him you're a friend seeking to help. I'll await him here. He's sure to return sooner or later.
Think he'll listen?
He will.
Ought to wait with you, maybe.
No, he'll sense you from a mile off. Simply fail to appear. I'd better stay alone. You must trust me on this.
Fine. Need to report to the Duchess first.
So be it. We'll await you here. Detlaf and I both.
It's fitting. He's being used as a puppet. And these are puppets. There's puppets hanging from the ceiling. Wine is sacred. Sorry, that's a bit of a different color to the rest of the to the previous quest. May as well fast travel. It's great getting to see the other guy. I read a bit about him in the lore books. Well, sorry, I actually never got to read those books. I read a bit about him on the wiki, but it's great to get to see him here.
Oh, here he comes. I hear.
Hunger Game.
Geralt.
The Witcher had decided not to kill the White. Fortunate decision, his monster proven to be a woman named Marlene, afflicted some time past by a terrible curse. Witcher lifted curse and learned Marlene's story. She suffered unmanageable pain while cursed, fated forever to hunger and waste away. Geralt, big-hearted as he was, could not leave the woman to fend for herself. Invited her to stay at Corvo Bianco, the estate the Duchess had granted him recognition of his service. The estate's major domo took Marlene under his wing, which decided he would visit the cured woman several days later. We'll do that eventually. Someone was quoting a supposed line from this here. If you talk to the Duchess after chasing down Detlaf, others were saying it's not actually a line, but it's a great line nonetheless. Oh, it's actually a door you can enter. It's a great line nonetheless, and it's Grawl making some comment that it's an intelligent beast. And she's like, how do you know? He ran away from me.
Nothing to see here. Move along.
Christ.
Sir de Perec me ran rights no more. Some night.
But yeah, it's a great line.
You peanuts as well?
Huh. Game looks beautiful.
The guard brings peace to our domains. Flaunt its ring.
Your body lies beaten, battered and broken. But my curse be our own. Fate has spoken.
Your Grace, I have doubled the guard. The palace is secure. As your Grace wished, the deceased will be buried with the highest honors. And our dearly departed Milton de Perak Peran shall posthumously receive the Order of Adamata.